Good afternoon, everybody. This is going to be my weekly analysis on GU and EU, and it's a bit of a tricky one, to be honest. It's a bit of a tricky one this week, a little bit like last week, but I kind of decided that maybe I got it wrong last week, and my bias was overall it was. I mean, I managed to take a couple of decent trades, or one decent trade, one okay trade, and then another loss. So yeah, but the loss was the overall direction. I got it wrong. So yeah, sorry, I'm just sorting my tea out. So yeah, I managed to make a mistake last week, which is fine. You know, it ended up not too bad of a week, so I'm pretty pleased with that. But you know, I want to make sure I get the bias right this week. So let's talk about EU, shall we? Seeing as we're on here, so I have marked this up already because I was trying to think what was going on, and yeah, let's just go to the monthly just to simplify it a little bit. So monthly time frame, we are still bearish. From this is the strong high, this is the weak low. And it's a strong high because it's a free candle formation, and on the lower time frames this ran liquidity and broke structure. So this is my strong high, this is my weak low. Prices came in and mitigated this block, taking out this liquidity right here, filling this imbalance, and then we created a range, a bearish range from this high to this low. We created this induced sellers into the market before taking them out, and then I think we came into an unmitigated like daily block or something in there, and then we dropped and we took external, and we have just come in to fill this imbalance on the monthly, and that's why we're getting the reaction. But overall I'm still bearish taking out this, because this is the bearish range on the monthly time frame. So overall I'm still bearish looking for this, and down here we have, you know, $1, which is not far off really. So we can expect that to get, you know, that could probably get taken as well. So we come down to those levels. So overall I'm bearish, and let's just go to the daily. I did this morning, so I can't quite remember. Yeah, daily time frame. This is the current range from this high to this low, because yeah, this is the weekly high. This break here is just confirmation of this range, and on the daily time frame, yeah, we've taken out this liquidity, coming into this unmitigated daily block, and then we pushed down and we broke structure. So to be honest, if I'm trading what I see and not what I think, then I would have to say we are bearish to come and take this out, or at least come and take these out. You know, we can anticipate that this will be an obstacle. If we're bearish, this will be an obstacle, and we'll get a reaction from here. So at least come and target this block down here. So yeah, what I see is this is my bearish range. We've taken out liquidity, and we've come down and we've broke structure. So now it looks good to drop. But what do I see? What do I expect coming into the start of the week? Well, this is my range from this high, because this is the one that came up and mitigated this daily block. See, we had this imbalance, and price came up and mitigated this block. So inside of that we have, there was something I was going to show. What was it? What day? 1 hour? Yeah, okay, so this is, yeah, okay, so this, the idea is that we come and take this out, and the reason I want to see this go rather than seeing price come into here, for example, because normally I'd go, okay, we've got liquidity right here, we tap into here, and then we drop. So the reason I want to see this go is because we've just finished the range. So this was the range here because we ran liquidity to the left, and then we came down and we broke structure, and then price ran liquidity here and then pushed up and broke structure, and we took internal range liquidity, and then we dropped and we've just taken external range liquidity. So this range, this purple range that I've got marked up, the range cycle has been completed, so now this becomes liquidity. This is external, so now we come for internal. It's also what they call, probably, I think it's what they call like a smart money trap as well, because this is where smart money enter, or supply and demand traders enter, and then they get in, they get taken out, and then we drop from there. And also I dug a little deeper into here, and if we just bring it back to here, I mean, bearing in mind this was the candle that ran this liquidity and then went on to create that range. So if we go to the 5 minute, you'll see that this is an unmitigated block. This whole area is unmitigated, untested, with liquidity sitting just below it. And not just any this is not just any old unmitigated 5 minute candle. This is the one that ran the liquidity and then broke structure. So I expect it to be retested, because this is where the money's trapped. They got into shorts up here, and they've got to come back and mitigate out of them before they can go short again. So yeah, that's what I expect on that one. And if we just get rid of that, so we've got liquidity just below it, we've got all this liquidity here, we've got this liquidity here, sorry, that's been taken actually, sorry, but we've got this liquidity here, we've got this internal liquidity. So now it makes sense to come and take that out and then continue bearish. So that's what I'm expecting. And then if this does get taken for any reason, then I know we're probably playing out a different scenario, and I'll have the confidence to say, I mean, I'd love to take the trade from up here, to be honest, because this is kind of, if this gets taken, I know I'm wrong. Whereas this gets taken, I'm left thinking, well, it's still a high time. Like, it's still, like, if we go to the 4 hour, if I take a loss here, I'm still thinking, well, this could come up here and then go. So I'll have the confidence to take a short from up here as well, and not just switch my bias, to be honest. But for now, this is my range, and this is what I want to see. This is the liquidity I want to see, and this is also a strong high, so we shouldn't break it really. Anyway, so that's EU. Now, I did a lot of thinking about this, because I mean, originally I was looking for buys last week on this, and it burnt me. So yeah, I've switched. Sometimes you've got to admit when you're wrong, and I think I got it wrong, and I was looking for buys too early. I think just the daily just makes sense really. This imbalance fill, then drop, break structure. Now it makes sense, and we've just tapped this monthly. We haven't quite filled anything. We've just taken out this liquidity and come up. We haven't quite filled this imbalance or this one down here. So yeah, that's that one. Let's go to GU. GU is going to be quite a quick one because it's pretty much the same. Do I do GU? What was I looking for up here? Yeah, but basically I'll just quickly go over GU, because like if we look at the ranges that were created last week, I mean, if you had a bearish bias and you were targeting, say for example, this liquidity down here, so this internal liquidity inside of this range from this low to this high, and this was internal, if you were targeting this and you had a bearish bias, you would have been able to catch three trades But to be honest with you, I probably would have missed two of them, and if I was a bit more switched on, I would have taken the last one. But you could have taken, because you had a strong high, weak low, internal, external. So this was one range, and then after this was taken, all this became liquidity because we've just taken out external. All this became liquidity feeding into this 4-hour imbalance fill. So you could have taken this short into this breaker block. This area right here is a breaker block. Now I would have missed this first one. There's no way I would have taken that. Probably would have missed the second one because I don't trade off for breaker blocks. But then the third one was just really good because we had a strong high because we ran liquidity and then came down and broke structure, and then we ran liquidity here and then we pushed up and we broke structure here. So we had a strong high, we had a weak low, price came and took out internal range liquidity. So you could have went short just above this, sort of something like that, stops above there and targeting this low, and yeah, you would have got 6R trade from it. And that would have been, and the reason you'd be looking for that, the reason this range makes sense is because overall we're bearish to come and target this liquidity down here. So anyway, that would have been quite nice last week, but now we've just taken out external liquidity, so now we can't really expect this to hold because this becomes liquidity. So this, you got equal highs here feeding into this, feeding into this block right here. So I will be looking to long to come and take this out, and then shorts to come and continue the overall direction. So that's kind of my bias really. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing right now because I suppose I just have to wait for it to set up and see how it looks at the time when I'm ready to execute. So, but that's it from me. Oh, and gold, what a bitch. I actually closed it with 1 hour profit, but I was targeting 4, so I was lucky because I closed it with 1 hour profit. But yeah, it would have done me really. It's a bit shocking because we broke that weekly and I thought it was going to go, but maybe gold's just not the one for me. Yeah, we broke this weekly and I was like, it's the first weekly to go. Yeah, but it wasn't quite ready, so we'll see. But I'll be completely honest, like I'm umming and ahhing about my bias really on EU especially. GU makes complete sense to drop because we're still bearish inside of this range. We're still bearish inside of this range from here to here. We've just taken out liquidity. We've just run into this imbalance. We're pushing bearish. So it does make sense to drop and come and take this. But EU is a little bit more tricky. Because we have tapped into this monthly. We have come up and we have broken structure. Not just daily structure, but weekly structure as well. So, we've broken structure, we've taken out liquidity, now we're getting that pullback. We could get something like this weekly imbalance fill, and then keep driving up. So I'm a little bit torn by it. So if I start seeing stuff that makes me sort of question my bias, then I won't just marry my bearish bias and stick to it, and take irrelevant losses trying to do so. So that's it from me. I might do a little review at the end of the week on this and see how it played out, and then run through any trades that I've taken. But that's it from me. Hope you have a good weekend. Catch you later. Goodbye.